Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I hope you're able to see the show. So, if you are, let me know in the chat, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, here's some videos.
Hi, it's John Romita Jr. in San Diego Comic-Con. Fantastic Comics. He worked with the best shop in the world, hands down.
By gum, Captain! All the latest home videos in beta and VHS!
Aye, so current, they're still in theatrical release.
Help yourself, mates. A chest full of video discs.
No!
Oh, what good are they?
Can't record on them.
They're not compatible with my system.
Captain, this was locked.
Stand back.
Open up.
Gather around, me buckos, and feast your eyes on this. Make all the illegal copies you want. Put it on.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Eat.
Okay. To answer your question, Natalie, the board of directors was a little concerned that we didn't have a back-to-school drug or Christmas drug.
We didn't have an International Women's Day drug.
Exactly. So, I tried to remind them that when I invented Stummies...
Oh, Stummies, yes. Thank God that you did.
It took both time and effort. But unfortunately, the board takes a narrow view, and in their own narrow way, they think that the company is losing money, which in fact we are, but again, I think this is the narrow view.
Well, damn them, John. I mean, what the hell do they know?
What do they know? Thank you.
Well, they're insisting that we cut our research outlay by 60%. Of course, I told them to fuck off.
Good for you, Don.
But then, out loud, I said I'd consider it.
Of course, Don. Exactly the right thing to do. Play with them.
So, where are we with that, Marv?
With what, Don?
Our restructuring plan?
You mean the thing that you just mentioned just now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on top of that, Don.
Good.
The memories I'll never lose. 1,000 things I'll never use. I should throw them all away. But not today. In the bedroom, there's a touch of roses in the air. But when I turn to find her, she's never really there.
Hi, kids. Randy Nader for Art Remnants. This weekend at Art Remnants, we're having a special one-time only sale. We must make room for the new models, and everything must go. All originals, O'Keeffe, Smotherwell's, Frank Stella's, just $7.98 a pound. You heard me right, just $7.98 a pound. Rembrandts, Miro's, Picasso's, and Cézanne's, just $11.98 a pound. Marcel Duchamp's, $12.48 a pound. Max Weber's, $14.50 a pound. Man Ray's, $13.78 a pound. And this weekend, special one-time only offer is Marc Chagall's Delilah has put Samson to sleep for the incredible low price of $4.44 a pound. Come on down to Art Remnants. Art Remnants sale begins this Saturday at all Art Remnants stores. There's one near you. Bye, kids.
Kill or be killed, what is it going to take for people like you and Dingle to get along with the East Coast?
Look, I don't know, man. I mean, these guys got their fucking talking dolls and shit.
Questions, Professor Pickles?
What? I ain't no Professor Pickles.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't mess with the East Coast.
Look, I don't need you defending me, you howdy-doody looking motherfucker. I'm out of here, yo.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Man, step off.
This guy, Todd Gack. I want to bet from him.
Yeah, what bet?
He bet me that Dustin Hoffman was in Star Wars.
Dustin Hoffman in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Short Jewish guy against Darth Vader? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So the bet was the loser has to buy dinner.
Yeah.
Huh.
You looking at that couple inside?
Actually, I was just looking at this little pink number over here.
Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. They look happy, don't they?
What, the bras?
No, the couple. They look happy.
I guess, as far as couples go.
You know, it reminds me of an issue of Spider-Man I did when Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy went lingerie shopping. Of course, the Green Goblin showed up, and he pumpkin bombed the hell out of the place. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same thing.
Oh my God. Holy shit! Aren't you?
Oh, Stanley. Hi.
Tell me, Senator, did you nurse Catherine yourself?
What?
Did you breastfeed her?
Now, wait a minute. Yes, I did.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it?
Oh, son of a bitch!
Amputate a man's leg and he can still feel it tickling. Tell me, Mom, when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you?
Take this thing back to Baltimore.
Come on, they have one female servicing a large group of males. That implies a species that lays eggs.
Oh my God, you're crazy! They are so obviously mammals!
Please, she'd be an estrus 24/7 if she didn't lay eggs.
Smurfs don't lay eggs! I won't tell you this again. Papa Smurf has a f***ing beard. They're mammals!
Andy Warhol and John Waters, in conjunction with Saliva Productions, present Jim Barrie's beloved children's classic, Peter Pan.
I think I see him. No, that's just a cloud. No, it's not. It's Peter.
I'm flying. I suddenly here am I'm flying.
Yes, it's divine, starring as the boy who wouldn't grow up.
I won't grow up.
I won't grow up.
I don't want to go to school.
I don't want to go to school.
Just to learn to be a parrot.
Just to learn to be a parrot.
And recite a silly rule.
And recite a silly rule.
Say, Doc. Are you trying to get yourself in trouble with the law? This ain't rabbit hunting season.
It's not?
No, it's duck hunting season.
That, sir, is an investigated fabrication. It's rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
I say it's duck season, and I say fire.
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. Everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest songs and dances full of pep. We're gonna start with high chuck. Just watch this chorus steps.
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
But in my own way, I am king.
Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fantastic Comics, the comic book show that's that's hosted by a guy that's a real big comic book fan. So much so that I had to go and get a store so I could sell some of this stuff. Can you believe it? We're going to change up the order of the show just a bit because I know YouTube's been having problems. It's having problems on my end even now. Every time I try and load up the page on my computer, it kind of stalls out on the home page. Now on my my telephone, would we call it a telephone? Cell phone? My phone? You can see that. There it is right there. Look at that's me. And I know that there's people in chat, but maybe some of the stuff that I have planned I wouldn't necessarily do. First, I do want to talk about all the rain that's going on right now. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. None of the comics that I'm going to be selling tomorrow are damaged any more than, my fumbling them and, out of the boxes and whatnot. I try and be pretty careful, and I think I'm better than most. I do misplace things a lot, and everybody says it's clean in the store, but it looks like a crazy mess, hell of a mess. But I do my best, and the floor is usually clean. The floor downstairs, that's the floor I'm worried about. So I know I've talked about it in the past. It's been raining all day today, pretty much all day yesterday. And at first it's just a little bit, but then it really comes. We heard a clap of thunder so loud and so long. I thought somebody was rolling a trash can down the pathway over here on the other side of the house. And it just sounded like it was like in my headphones. And I'm worried that not unlike last time, when I get into the store tomorrow, it's going to be really, really wet down in the basement because it seeps up from the ground. And I don't think there's like much we can do. We can maybe build on it, but if you knew the ceiling that we were working with, you wouldn't say we should think about building, anything to stand on. The joys of running a store, a store that is in Berkeley, California. And let me run the scroll down below. Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California. We're at 1708A MLK Jr. Way. Give us a call. Come on in. Anybody that's watching the show, interested in the show, the store, you want to email something, a PayPal link, whatever. There's our events at fantasticcomics.net. Yeah, I'm a business owner since 2011. In fact, in May 1st, it will be Fantastic Comics' 15th birthday. But more of that in just a little bit. First, we're going to, like I said, change things up. And we're going to talk about some comic books that are coming out.
What's going on right here? It's a big night.
Well, it's just an old run-of-the-mill Wednesday. Well, the calendar's full of them.
That's right. The calendar's full of them. I have to bring up some of these picks. And, I did want to talk about one other thing also. So I'm worried about flooding going on in the store is basically what everything comes down to. And that makes sense, right? That makes sense. I should be worried about that. Just before the new comics, I want to tell you about the hottest comic that's out right now, and it's going for big money on the eBay. Certainly, there's people that are out there slabbing it and trying to get as much money for this. It's gonna. I mean, you don't even have to do it fast. You can wait a long time because this is obviously going to be one of the most important books of all time. It's going to rival the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for independent books. Definitely as high as any Robert Kirkman book. Walking Dead, Invincible. We've got De Orc. De Orc is the book that everybody's clamoring for right now. I passed on it. I decided not to get it, even though I have a rule that I want to have one of everything for the store. I should get back on doing that, but I just said, fuck it. I don't want to do it anymore. Hate having stuff. Dork is selling for over $189, I saw, if I'm not mistaken. And, it's been out a week. It's already sold out, second print. I passed on that too. I said, I don't care. But I had some customers come in and we were talking about it. And now I'm going to get the second issue. And if I can, the second print. The order's in, everybody. But even still, I'm not going crazy for it. In fact, I think interest is going to be lost almost immediately. And I don't think it's really going to be that big a thing. Having never read it, having never seen it, I flipped through the preview for it. There was a review of it that I read on League of Comic Geeks. And this is from a Capital Connection. Let me wet my whistle. Update from 1 week later. I'm even more at a complete loss now than I was last week when I posted this review. How and why are people paying close to $100 for this? Either I'm more out of the loop than I already am, or I'm not plugged into the Matrix. This is truly absurd for one of the dullest and weakest comics I've read. All right, cool. Not what I was hoping for. Are backgrounds not a thing anymore? That's the truth. The comedic aspects are sanitized enough that I'm wondering if this is a kid's comic. What am I missing here? Fart jokes, rainbow runs, sarcastic quips for comedy, rudimentary visual metaphors. Maybe I'm just too old. Yada, 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 yada. And there's people that are pretty much backing him up, although there were other people that praised the book. And, you can't always be sure who's talking. I don't usually read reviews on the League. I just get the picture. But the sentiment is that it's going to... I don't need this. The sentiment is that it's going to need... it's going to lose all its steam. That's what I was going to say. It's going to lose all its steam. And it won't be a thing in 6 months, if you're lucky. So if you're looking to turn this over as quick as possible, it's probably a good thing to try. Anyway, Dork. That's the hottest book that's going on right now. Maybe, just possibly, one of the ones we're going to mention right now for tomorrow, New Comic Book Day, will be the next Dork. But who knows? Maybe there'll be fans as a result of how popular it is. That'd be great. All right, first up, we've got Wolverine, number 16 by Saladin Ahmed and Mike Henderson. It's the third part of the overall story, but the second part with the new Alpha Flight. Cool cover by Dan Panosian. He's not doing the art on the inside, but Mike Henderson is good. These first three are all going to tie together. There it is. All right, next up we've got Captain America by Chip Zdarsky. Who's the artist? Oh, I don't know. It's somebody Diaz or something like that. The art's pretty good. At the end of the last issue, Red Hulk is going to confront Captain America because it looks like he's going to work with Shield as far as react acquiring Doctor Doom's stuff that he's left behind. And this is all part of Doom's Shadow. Doom's Shadow. Anyway, it's a longer story from One World Under Doom, which is also a trade that comes out this week. But also, and so I like the last issue, and I think Captain America might be on its way into being a big deal. And it's leading into Armageddon. And, there you go. Armageddon? Oh, no. I hope it's not like that Michael Bay movie. Chip Zdarsky is also going to be writing Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon. And it's a tie into this whole thing. And Zdarsky is going to be doing this mini series, I think, that's going to be happening. And yeah, so Wolverine, Saladin's book, pretty good. Captain America, pretty good. Looking forward to this Wolverine if it's as solid as the Captain America is. So those are the first 3 books that are coming out. All right, next up, we've got a DCKO tie-in, Titans, number 32. This is before they changed the format of the book. I think it's going to be the New Titans or the All New Titans or something like that. Get rid of some of these characters in the book and try and do something, I guess. Next up, we have Wonder Woman number 30. This is by a writer by the name of Stephanie Williams. And I haven't read any of her books before, so I'm kind of coming in not knowing anything. Not really enjoying the Tom King stuff, and a change of writer for a little bit, welcomes me into the book. And I like the first issue. There's this baby that I guess has been from before, I don't know, brought to the island. The baby has like all this anger coming from it, and it's like making the Amazonians all upset. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman, who's been like, whew, I'm pooped. She's entrusting this baby's life with all of these impetuous women. Pretty awesome book. First issue, at least. Number 1 issue. Alert, everybody. Could this be the next Dork? Why, it's all the X-Men books have this moniker, Shadows of Tomorrow. So if you read Wolverine, it's the Shadows of Tomorrow. And if you read X-Men or Uncanny X-Men, it should say that also. This is, I think, the first mutant number 1 for this new regime. And it's Generation X-23, written by Jody Hauser, and I'm not familiar with the artist. I'm barely familiar with the writer, and I don't really care. But who knows? Hopefully the print runs down low and people find out it's great, and maybe there's something important that happens in it, and then you got yourself your next Dork, right? Nightwing number 135, still chugging along. Dan Waters on writing. It's not a great seller, but it's not a bad book. It should sell better than it is. This should be more of a middling book, but I can understand why people aren't necessarily buying it. Usually the art's quite good, and like I said, Dan Waters, I think, is doing a pretty good job on the story. I only read it every once in a while and make sure I understand what's going on. It's all right. I like it. I can tell people to like it if they want to read it. Catwoman number 84 by Gronbeck, and this one isn't Bayruth, but the artist is what is this, Delfecci? I can't quite make it out. Usually it's this person named Bayruth, really good looking work. This one still looks good. I don't read this all the time, but again, it should sell more than it does, but you can't force it on people. I don't read it all the time, so why should you read it at all? But it is a good book, and I have the first trade, if I'm not mistaken, so you can get into this writer's run. Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 48. This is written by, I think it's still written by Mark Waid. Let me just move this banner for a second. Yeah, Mark Waid. Oh yeah, and Marcus Toe on art, so that's good. Good creators. Just for anybody that doesn't know, we're a new comic book day. All right. Number 10. Yeah. G.I. Joe. This is for anybody that's looking for something that's not DC and not Marvel. This is our little nook right here. And Image, I don't think is really an indie book. So again, that York thing, it's not even anything that's ever going to be the next Turtles. And people whipping themselves in a frenzy, that's fine. It's great if you have it and you're like, hey, take a look at this. But if you're only doing it for money and not love, you better figure out what you're doing quick with that. G.I. Joe number 19. This is the first issue after that whole mess that with the Dreadnought War. So a jumping on point. And look, we got some Transformers looking action right there. The Darkness number 3, written by Mark Silvestri, but not art by Mark Silvestri, which is a shame because seeing him on a book maybe one more time would be pretty cool. I don't know if I'd really care if he was doing The Darkness, though. I don't know. I'm not even that big a fan, but there are plenty of people that are. And this book, yeah, it's all right. I'm not going to put it in the Catwoman status just yet. Number 1 alert, everybody. I don't get a whole lot of this stuff, but Muppets Noir, written and drawn by Roger Langridge. Yeah, I think that's his name. Langridge. He's like some limey that has done a bunch of kids' books in the past. He also did the Chris Samney drawn Thor, where Jane Foster was like a museum curator. Pretty cool stuff. American Caper number 4 by the dude that did Grand Theft Auto. Woo. And Dave Lapham. He's been doing books like crazy. Conan, Savage Sword of Conan Reforged. This is just older ones put to color, but it does look pretty cool. And so does the foil one, which I have. Right here. Look at it shiny. Look, it's colored. See? Oh no. It was in black and white. Now it's colored. Thanks a lot, Ted Turner. All right, this is the one. It's an Image comic, everybody. Death Fight Forever by Andrew McLean. He's the writer this time. And this Zirit art is the artist. And he did Space Riders, which was a Black Mask book that people actually liked. And it wasn't just hype, but it was mostly because of the art. So now we got Andrew McLean and this Zirit guy working on this book together. And I expect it to be wild and crazy. And again, it's kind of undergroundy and more along the lines of something that not a lot of people are going to read, which I think is, you're in a little club. But who knows? All right, Vertigo. They are back right now with some new books. Recently, they just came out with Nice House by the Sea, which I just got the reorders of that in. It's also got Bleeding Hearts, which is a book written by Dennis Camp. who's doing anything that's important. But I read Bleeding. Well, I mean, there was some cursory reading, but I flipped through it quite a bit, and I read quite a bit of it also. And the art was stunning, just a beautiful looking book. And I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I like the premise a lot. There's a zombie that's not quite the zombie yet. Worried about the people. It's got layers. I dug it quite a bit. Very good book. Oh wait, no. And then I think this is the last one. From IDW, we've got Smile for the Camera. This is written by Hannah Rose May, who is also writing, oh shit, I can't remember, some other book. And is going to be writing some other book. Someone to pay attention to. I think she's an actress. One of my customers was like, oh, her. And those are some of the non-Marvel and DC books. So let's get back to the main event. We've got Daredevil Daredevil and Punisher, written by Jimmy Palmiotti and not Simon Bianchi. And then if you like Daredevil, you might want to keep getting this book right here. It's Jeff Meets Daredevil by Kelly Thompson and Gurahira. Is that how you say the name? We have Psi Dimension. There's a lot of books. See, there's a flood of books. This is the flood. It's not even just the water on the floor. It's the comics that are always coming in the store. Psi Dimensional Rivals. This is Peach Momoko and Assad Rabich. So if you were snoozing on Psi Dimensional Rivals, you might think about going back and getting the first issue, which I think I still have some, and possibly this one also. I don't know if it's any good, but those are two cool creators, if you ask me. Superman Unlimited. Dan Slott's back on the book fully. He doesn't need no fool coming in and co-writing with him like he always does. That was just a mistake, something that had to happen. I needed to take a vacation. I had a little fungus I needed to get rid of. Whatever it was. Dan Slott's back, and Mike Norton is doing the art. Oh, the prankster. Okay, that's cool. We have Doctor Strange #3 by Derek Landy and some artist I'm not really familiar with. It looks all right on the inside, kind of blocky, but in a Dior kind of way. Knoll #2. This is a 5-issue mini written by Al Ewing, and is it Michael Waltz, the guy who used to write Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the recent ones for IDW, and Juanan Ramirez, who's a pretty darn good artist also. Next up we have Dungeons of Doom. Yeah. Oh, dude, I have to get this picture up for this guy. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right. Dungeons of Doom. It's got Benjamin Percy, Philip Kennedy Johnson. It looks like Carlos Magno, George Jonte is doing art. Maybe Justin Mason, Robert Gill. So there's a lot of people, and you got this cool Lionel Yu cover, right? And then lastly, and this is on the store in the front, not behind the counter, because we've still got some more new books to get to. Let me bring those up while I talk about this last book. We've got Black Panther, the 60th anniversary special. It's got Christopher Priest and a whole bunch of other people that are writing other comics. Evan Narcisse, Cody Ziegler, the person who writes for Storm, I think, does something, and a whole bunch of artists. For the most part, except for the letterer, I think everybody's African American. And I was, I shouldn't say African American. Black, whatever. It tracks, is what I'm saying. This guy, though, had a great picture, And I'm like, oh, I don't know if people in comics are really down with this as much. Like, yeah, it's not like the old days, the 90s. This guy just, look at me, sitting back, having a smoke. I remember being young, having hair. I'm going to lie about having had hair. We all know I didn't, but having hair, oh, those were the days. So, live it up. Live it up. It's flavor country. All right, well, let's see. We're going to go in order here. Did I not have a 4? Sometimes I do these numbers and I just skip one altogether. That's pretty funny. All right. All right, home stretch, everybody. First up, we have Absolute Batman number 17. Look at that killer cover. Poison Ivy's first appearance. Wow. And Eric Canetti's going to be doing the artwork on the inside. He's wonderful. I'm so happy that he's doing some mainstream stuff. Yeah. All right, next up we have Shadows of Tomorrow, X-Men number 25. This is fallout from the Age of Revelation. And Cyclops comes back and he's like, I know what I gotta do. I gotta kill Doug Ramsey, and they put him in prison, and it's been pretty good. I like it. Uncanny X-Men also comes out. Gail Simone, David Marquez, still on art. And they got the monsters. They had Elsa Bloodstone, Morbius, all those silly monster characters. They want to come in and take over New Orleans. Probably not the whole state. This is Shadows of Tomorrow. See what I mean? All right, next up we have Fantastic Four number 8. Holy cow. These are some good books. Umberto Ramos still on art, Ryan North writing, and we finally have the Malice character, I guess, actually happening. Oh, I need water. Excuse me. Just talking. Horrible cover, I know, but you gotta live with it. CA cover. Joe Kelly, Nick Bradshaw, and some Todd Knock. So it's the way it goes. But it was a pretty darn good issue. I've already read it. Just to let you know. And yeah, I would recommend it. I'm digging it. It's really fun Spider-Man book. But maybe because it's leading into a Venom crossover, I wouldn't necessarily pick. It always gets confusing when that kind of stuff happens. We've seen a lot of new books that are coming out. We've talked about a new book that came out. We've seen a lot of books that are continuing a pretty solid run as far as I'm concerned. But this book is ending. And I'm sad. I've enjoyed so much. I didn't read it early because I didn't want to, read it early just yet. I'll get caught up with these X-Men and then read this one. Because we don't know how much we're going to get from this guy in the future and, if it's going to be successful or not. But I thought this was a really good book. And for what I assumed that they wanted to do, it worked perfectly. And it did for me. It wasn't ever anything that I was looking for in this character. But so many people were that it was kind of like, well, here you go. And not only are you going to get it, but you're going to get it. And you got it, and now you're going to get it, and you're going to pay like $7.99 for it. But Ultimate Spider-Man number 24, the last issue, comes out. Jonathan Hickman writing it, Marco Cicchetto, and David Messina, who's been the only fill-in artist for the book, are going to be doing this. I can't wait to find out what happens with Uncle Ben and Jay Jonah. And all the kids and the wives and, the Mysterio thing that's going on right now is crazy. And the Kingpin's a motherfucker. And those are new comic books for, what was that? That was for 2/18/26, tomorrow, Wednesday. All right. Let's say hi to everybody. Let me do that. Where is that? Right here.
Hello. 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 Oh. Go. Look out. Hello.
Hello. You know, I'm going to do it this way. No. Yes. Look at that. We're going to go to the beginning. First up, Fantinium. We had a little conversation on Instagram. Yo, man. Almost forgot about the show. Being in the salt mines doing useless work stuff really gives you amnesia. Got to make sure you remember the important things in life. Comics. Amen. That's a true statement if I ever heard one. In the other room, we've got Jilby Pill. Hello. Not near Mint. Flood. Uh-oh. Well, it's never really flooded. I don't think it ever will. There's the way the thing's shaped, but I might have to do something about the setup downstairs. I don't know how it's going to work, especially with any of the stuff I really wanted to do. Good evening. How's your father? Walk. Sup with it. Sup with it. Battle Buddy. Great parking all day. That's a true statement. It just maybe like the place that you were at, like the bank. I went to the bank and I decided to park in a different spot because it really gets flooded in certain areas. Let's see. I'll go with the whole universe. Nerd, Oron, and idiot. Idiot. I ordered this FOC from my shop and they didn't get it. So I abandoned getting the second print of one and the second issue. I'm out. I ain't paying $100 to get in the ground floor for sure. I bought years later, man, I don't have it here, but there's that Bad Idea comic that started off and it was called like Amniac or something like that. And it was going for crazy money. And I ended up buying it for $5. I was pretty happy. It was like a $5 book, $7 book. Wasn't there a comic, something with a genie number a year back that was in the spotlight like Dork and you don't hear much about it? 8 Million Genies. That was a good book. I don't think I have it. I might. Something to think about. That was good. I like the art a lot. It's a funny story. And yeah, there you go. Doc posts a lot. What's up, all? I'm tuned in. All right, excellent. Well, hello, everybody. Cheers again. I was going to do that actually for the new comic day, but I just thought that was just rude not doing it the right way. Next segment.
Bill, spin my arm.
Come on. Come on. I win a Winnebago. I win a Winnebago. No! So close. I spun it a little too hard.
I spun it a little too hard. One spin, everybody. What's it for? It is for the 1 in 50 variant. Of Transformers number 25, the first issue of Robert Kirkman writing, and Dan Mora on art. Dan Mora, who does Justice League International, or Unlimited, does Superman, and all sorts of other DC stuff. He did Klaus for Boom with Grant Morrison. And these are the names of everybody that has purchased a 25. But there is no 1 in 10 variants. So there's no special person that's getting in the second round. There is no second round. This is the one and done. In fact, well, I can do it later. I'll do it some other day. This is it. This is it. So I hope I built this up. Good luck. Boy. Oh, wow. Cody. He's going to be super happy. There you go, Cody, the winner. Congratulations. Pretty impressed. That was close because that was right next to Owen, who had an amazing hot streak of 2 out of 3, which I don't think we've ever seen on the show before. But yeah, congratulations, Dr. Postalot. Says it's good to see you, Delph, man. Are we going to be playing Spider-Man Magic ever? Because that was the thing you were into, right? We're gonna try and at the store, which is at MLK Junior Way in Berkeley. We're gonna try and get a night together where all the people that have been interested in playing against other people will be able to get together. Now, I don't know what the setup's going to be like, but I was going to hope that it would be a little bit more better. It would be a better weather situation. We can't assure that there won't be wind on the street. So playing outside in any capacity, I think, is just not going to work out. But there's spots, and we'll close. Even if it's normal time, we will be able to figure something out. We'll make do. We've got tables. We'll just have to, just not suck it in a little bit more. So if you're interested in playing Spider-Man Magic the Gathering, make sure you come on in the store and let us know. No sharks, and we're all new at this here. And for anybody that isn't new at it, we're teaching. But everybody can learn together, and we can make a nice little Spider-Man Marvel the Gathering, because there's going to be more cards. And make a night of it. Maybe I'll have a sign-up sheet. Well, maybe you'll see a sign-up sheet starting tomorrow at the store for the Spider-Man Magic. But definitely text me or email us at the store. All right. Speaking of the store, I was telling you about our birthday. It was going to be in the 1st of May. It also coincides with Free Comic Book Day. Yes, Virginia, there is a Free Comic Book Day. And there's going to be one on May 2nd, which often at the old location would be a big party that we would do also afterwards. Crazy stuff, and I hated doing it after a while because, you can hear your voice leaving. You can't really go out too crazy, and you're going to open the next day. So it's tough. But it was always exciting to do it. So, Free Comic Book Day, birthday. It's always great. It also happens to be the birthday of The Escapist, which also opened Free Comic Book Day, I think is what it was. So either way, we're all becoming older as stores, 15, 30 years experience between the two of us, and none of us are we're not gatekeepers, we're not tastemakers, we're just getting along, I guess. Everybody was like, oh, and it's so good that there's another store in Berkeley. Really? The people that are too far away will go over to Dr. Comics. The other people come over where I am. I don't know if that's necessarily a true thing. Besides, I don't get to meet all these people that I don't know. Or the only time I do is when they went dork. You know what I mean? Then they're calling. Well, why don't you call the escapist? I already did. I'm second to the escapist, is what I said to Mikey, who was, he was hanging out at the store one day. And this call came in, and they were asking actually for Cyclops #1. And I said, why don't you call the escapist? They might have it. And he said, I already did. And I turned to Mike, and I'm all, I was done with the conversation on the phone. And I relay this story to Mike, and I cannot believe I'm behind you. I mean, who are you behind? We all know who's behind who and where. We don't need to say their names. Shit. Anyway, Free Comic Book Day. I took some notes. I AI'd this one so I could have some notes. Can you name other days that are going to be coming up this year that are like Free Comic Book Day? The answer is no, but there are definitely other people that have done things. And I'll tell you about Free Comic Book Day started in 2002. Damn. Oh, I didn't write this down right. That was a long time ago. And I remember working for Rory Root at the university location in 2002. Then, really 2002. And it was crazy. It was crazy. It was nuts. And it was quite a to-do, and it was a great day. Hard to work, and also hard to really believe that, it was going to work, but it worked, and it's been working really for me as a store. It's not quite the same as it used to be, but it's still something. And although I don't really do the whole birthday thing anymore for the store, we could all still get together that day and get some free comic books, and there'll be punch or donuts or something like that. There always is. So come on in, bring your kids, let your students know Jimmy T. Okay. Speaking of Jimmy T, there's an Image article I was let in on, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Right here. Yeah, excellent. Oh no, I don't even need to read. You don't need to share this. We'll share this other page instead. Will it work that way? No, it might not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm going to share this screen. And I'm going to read from this page. So let's see what happens. All right. Image Comics teams up with Deluxe Skateboards to celebrate Skate Shop Day 2026. And San Francisco, the Skate Shop Day crew will team up with Image Comics, Deluxe Distribution, and this year's featured artist Brett Parson for the annual Skate Shop Day, which will be held on Saturday, February 21st. Parson is a lifelong Massachusetts-based skateboarder and cartoonist. He is best known for his books on multiple Tank Girl titles, as well as work for DC Vertigo, Boom, 2000 AD, Albatross Funny Books, and more. Oh my. Let me scroll this down just a little bit. See if we can not have that thing flashing. I know how some people get seizures. So you can check that out. Anyway, he talks about growing up and everything. Remender added, skateboarding, as the saying goes, changed my life. Is that really a saying? Just skateboarding changed my life? I mean, really? Grommets is a love letter to the scene that gave me a home and a snapshot of being a skater in the mid 80s, told with honesty and authenticity. And it is. I really like Grommets quite a bit. I thought it was a fun book. He lets loose and uses language that you would have expected to hear in the 80s. And it was down and dirty. I love it. But the article continues, and this is for the Grommets skateboard that you saw flashing. For Deluxe Distribution's Jim Thiebaud, bringing skateboarding and comics together was a no-brainer. And he says, I've done a couple things almost my whole life, skateboard and read comics, said Thiebaud. My local comic shop, like my favorite skate shops, is a fun, welcoming hub for the community. Bringing both communities together for the skate shop day with the shopkeepers' decks, blah, 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 blah. He didn't mention us at all. Oh, man. It's all right. I've done that for myself also. Like not pitch what I was supposed to pitch. I got no hangups about that. But it's funny, when I was doing the wrestling council, I did this podcast that, man, 60 people paid attention to. And I did Thinking Critical, and Wes wanted to do a WrestleMania, and just a 25-minute piece with just him and me talking. The first time we ever talked, only other than like behind the scenes. And I did that with him, and it was fun. And I didn't plug the wrestling council. And that was the thing that led into the whole chain of events that basically we both said goodbye. And whatever it is now is just a shell of what it was. Give it up. Anyway, skateboard day. Well, let me go back. Record shop day. So Free Comic Book Day was in 2002, and what Free Comic Book Day does is we, the store, pay the shipping and a very small amount of money for free comics to hand out to people that are coming to the store. Whether it's regulars, new regulars, soon to be regulars, future regulars. This could be for any other shop in the world. You don't know where people live or what they're doing, and where they're going to be. And so it's promotion for comic books, and it's always a good thing. It's never something to dread. Anybody that working sucks. But giving out candy that won't give you cavities, that's pretty cool. I mean, I like comic books. I don't know how you are, but I'm sure the same thing for Jim and the guys that do grommets and all that stuff are really into skateboarding. And you want to promote it. There's a role-playing game day. I forget what day that is. Anyway, a record store day debuted in 2008. And I do believe you have to buy the things that are coming out, not, get them at the store for free. And Skate Shop Day, there's heavy limits because they're producing these not one of a kinds, obviously, but very limited highly sought after by people outside skateboarding and inside the skateboarding. And they're, it's going to be distributed through different stores. I don't think if you go to the Tim Pool skate park, you're going to be able to get one of these. So you might want to choose wisely in that situation. But yeah, that started in 2020. So it's relatively new. So comic books. Also, again, I think you might have to pay for something there. But I have a Turtles deck over here. It's animated. Yeah, I can do this. You know what? Why don't I play a commercial? Do I even have it? You're so lucky, everybody. You know what? Here. Oh, I do have it. No, I'll do this. Give to our Patreon.
You know, my last name is Costanza. That's Italian. So you and I are kind of like countrymen. Huh? Paisanos!
650 your change.
Ah, yes. And I always take care of my paisanos. So here's a little something.
Antonio!
Si!
Vieni qua! Questa miserabile patrona!
Yeah, I can put, let me see. I can put, get your phones out and you can scan that QR code and go straight to our Patreon. Yeah, if you're not buying comics and you're enjoying what you're seeing anyway, hey, give the price of a comic book. Give it a price of a monthly price of an ethnic celebrated comic book from DC. That's $9.99. Anyway, I got this a while ago. This is pretty sweet, huh? Yeah, Turtles. And here it looks on the back. Woo. That was a present from Jim. Oh, it's dusty though. What have I done? I've cleaned the spot of that. Yeah. So that's something that's coming up. Really wonderful. And then of course, record store day. But this Saturday, go to your local see which local skateboarding shop is participating and take your kid on over there, especially if you have insurance. All right, I think we've done everything, right? We've talked about Skate Shop Day. We made fun of Jim for not mentioning Fantastic Comics. We talked to chat, talked about the store, talked about new comic books. Let me see if there's something else. So just hang on a second. No, I don't think there's really anything else. This is a quick show. Jill said, I said, she asked me, well, you didn't want to do a show last week? That was during when it was actually happening. So she wasn't talking in the past tense. You didn't want to do a show? Yeah, not really. I didn't really have anything I wanted to talk about. And then she said to me, do you ever? Yeah, I don't know. I always want to have a little bit of something I want to talk about, so that I can shoot the shit with you guys. But I know there's some people listen at work. Can't just be or anything like that. Anyway, my views on death are changing in life. I'm not as callous as I used to be. But, it affects me, obviously. It's really affected me. And I always knew I was getting out pretty lucky back when it was basically just older grandparents that kicked the bucket. And that's it. But, as the saying goes, as you get older, blah, 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 people die, your friends start dying. Thankfully, I haven't had that really. That happened a time, but Knock on wood. Anyway, even still, I feel that a lot of my joking around about it, laughing at like morbid situations has come from like, oh, I don't know. Obviously family, you know, they're but a lot of the television, television or movies and stuff like that. And I'm going to close out with this clip. Let me go to this comment. What is this? We're starting to get to an age where we'll be experiencing more tragedies and triumphs. Yeah, sure. But, we can look for other things that are triumphs, it just, it is what it is. If you're older than 40 and wake up without pain, you're dead. Oh, we all appreciate you. I appreciate you, Delph, man. It was good seeing you the other day. It really was. Anyway, as I close out with this different video, it's from Amazon Women on the Moon, and I don't know. This is this would be a aces to this type of funeral. See you guys next week.
I'm sorry to make this announcement, we had 2 disappointments tonight. Milton Berle could not make it, and Rip Taylor could. Ladies and gentlemen, Rip Taylor.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve. Charlie said, Harvey, keep it down. Thank you. Oh, well, there goes that act. The president couldn't be here, Harvey, so he sent a wire. Tell him it's never mind. Was this an audience or a funeral? Now pay attention, please. But I'm a little nervous because Harvey was a personal friend of mine, and there's not a person in this room that Harvey Pitnick did not touch. I must say, he touched me for $40 and Steve for 20. Folks, I don't dance. This is it, you see. But I do feel for his widow, Bernice. That was a romantic marriage. She learned everything about sex from Emmanuel. Emmanuel was their gardener. I'm sorry. I better wrap it up now, folks, because you know the old axiom in show business, get off quick. Like Harvey on his wedding night. Could you die? I gotta go. Goodbye. Thank you so much.